What's going on, you guys? Slim here, my brother Asian Persuasion. You already know we're here at YCS Orlando. We're here with a day 2 duelist. Now normally we never do day 2 profiles. However, this man right here is probably the most insane opponent I've ever had in my 20 plus years of playing this game. It is the craziest thing I have experienced, honestly, and we had to feature it because you are a fucking goat for what we're about to profile. Please introduce yourself to the world and tell us what you played.
Hey, what's up, guys? So, my name is Liyn Garcia. I got 104th place at the YCS Orlando, and I was playing Fiendsmith 6 Samurai.
Oh God, you heard that right. He's not capping. He got the mat and everything from 2011.
Yeah. So whenever you guys are ready.
Yeah.
So I started off with the standard 3 Kagekis. This is your main normal summon of the deck. Ideally, you always want to see him, but if you don't see him, it's not the end of the world, because the way I built my deck is to be all gas. So there's no hand traps either, but you'll understand that later in the video once we get to that, and I will be doing a combo guide for you guys at the end with the video edit and cut. So you got 3 Kagekis, 3 Kazans, triple Dark Tuner. So this is pretty standard, because if you don't see any of your tuners in any of your opening hand, your hand is complete trash. Like, you can't make your level 6 synchro. You really can't extend into any plays if you don't see any of your tuners. You have to at least see your 3 or your 2. So there's 3 of him, and there's 3 of him for that reason.
So please register soon, as their time is running out.
And I was playing the infinite counter block. So this is the bare minimum you need to be able to do it. So it's not 2 red and 1 blue. It has to be 2 blue and 1 red to be able to do it. This is the bare minimum you need to do it. I played 2 Kazaros. So I feel like this card most of the time is a brick, and it's very reliant on finding Kageki to special summon them from your hand. But the way my list works is I try to get them to the graveyard as many times as possible, so I can summon them off a Hatsume if I need to, or Dugaris later on, or even a Cunning of the 6 Samurai. And then he can just keep searching because it's not once per turn. But he's usually a brick, so that's why I didn't want to maximize on him like other lists do. But he is nice when you see him with a Kageki. 1 Grandmaster, because you can only control 1 at a time, unfortunately, so, but it's in every list, so. 1 Hatsume. And the Spice, I do play the Great Shogun Shin in this build. And without taking too much time, I'll explain it during the combo, but he does serve a very good purpose, and he also allows you to deck your opponent out through meows if for some reason they decide to side in Moltarmy against you, because you can keep summoning him from the graveyard with the 6 counters from the gateway, because he is a Sheen effect monster. Alright, so now for the Fiendsmith stuff. I know no one's gonna like that too much, or maybe they will, but 6 Samurais in general just do not have any 1-card combos. 6 Samurais has always been a 2-card combo deck. So I needed a way to have a 1-card combo and to bait hand traps and to even play through hand traps. This helped me do that. And specifically in this deck, Lurie is not a brick when you draw into him like other decks, because Battle Shogun discards for cost. Not card effect. So when you discard this from your hand, you can chain 2 and chain block and summon it out. And then you can go into full Fiendsmith combo directly after that, which is insane. And obviously the 1 track. So now you got your triple Shin's Dojo. Searching your tuners is key, so you want to make sure you see them. You have to. The 1 Rhoda, again, searching your tuners, or even a level 4 this time, but mostly the tuners is more than likely what you're searching for. I played the triple Dojo to stack counters 1, but also it plays another role where it summons the Great Shogun Shin from deck. It doesn't only summon just 6 Samurai cards, it also summons Shin effect monsters. So that is very key to establishing your end board. I played the double Cunning, because dodging imperms and effect veilers is really nice. 1 6-strike double assault. So very important with this card, you never want to use it unless you know for a fact that your opponent does not have Nibiru, or you have a way to stop the Nibiru, because this card will save you if you get Nibiru'd. this card helps you play through a Nibiru. You just use this, revive like a Hatsume, or you can revive something else, and you can just extend off there, because usually when they Nibiru you, you already have the infinite counter loop anyways. So as soon as you summon something, you can literally just keep going after that. So always save this for last. Never try to shotgun this. Unless your hand is bad and you just have no choice, then it is what it is. One asceticism. The one tactics. I didn't want to run multiples of this because it's only a hard once per turn. And my deck can already play through 3 to 4 hand traps consistently as it is. So if I see it, I see it. If I don't, whatever. But I didn't want to brick with this, so I just wanted to have the one. So if they do hand trap me, I can either look into your hand depending on what I got, or if I need the extra draw, then I'll draw the 2 cards. One called by. Obviously, you got to play the gateway. And I am playing the new card. So this one, I'm going to explain this one because this one just came out. So what this card does is so if you control 3 or more 6 samurai monsters, you can activate this card and destroy all your opponent's cards. However, for every 6 Bushido counters you have, you can -1 from that statement. So if I have like 12 Bushido counters, I only have to control 1. But since you're going infinite with this deck, you can just activate it without any 6 samurai monsters. And this is a part of your end board. And it's also a 6 strike card. And the Earth Tuner, which most people miss, is the Earth Tuner can also recycle from your graveyard. He is the only one that can do that. So he can he can either add from your deck a 6 strike card, or he can recycle it from your graveyard. So that is very key to understand. So you can keep on set, if for some reason your opponent's still alive, which they're more than likely not going to, but you can keep setting this over and over and over and over. So now we'll get to the actual extra deck, and this is where things are gonna really get interesting, and that's where we're gonna do the combo video to show how the Liyn is played. So I'm playing 2 of the Monster Effect Negator. He is your main combo piece. You want to make him immediately as your first synchro, immediately. Every time you're going to make 1 or 2 of these, depending on what your hand is. The one Liyn, I'm honestly going to cut this guy. He never came up, especially in this list. I didn't need the Spell Trap Negation because I'm playing the Desiree combo with the Great Shogun Sheen, which I'll explain later during the combo, and so you can understand the whole unbreakable board. 1 DDD High King Wave Caesars for the Necroquip and the Fiendsmith Engraver. You can just overlay them. And then you have Nibiru Protection. The 1 Dugaris. The Desiree. So Necroquip, I'll just bring up the whole Fiendsmith line. Everyone knows what that is. So the whole Fiendsmith line, you guys have seen that in like every other list, I swear. No shocker. I play 2 Battle Shoguns. You need to play 2. So this lets you keep the loop, or if you, for some reason, messed up during your play and you lock your zones, then you can just relink and put it in the empty zone. So it lets you just, yeah. And this also helps you deck your opponent out if they Fuwalos you, because you can just keep recycling it and keep summoning. The 1-star Yuja. I decided to play this today because I was afraid of getting hit with the Chaos Angel and not being able to get over it. So this gave me a second way of getting over it besides the trap card that nukes the board. So it never came up, but I'm still glad I played it for the just in case scenario that it did happen. And for the last card, Firewall Dragon Singularity. So, this one's a mouthful, but basically what it does is, for this deck, it's going to become a triple compulse. So, it compulses either the grave or the field on a quick effect during either player's turn. And for each card it bounced from your opponent, it gains a permanent 500. Now, the reason why you're getting those 3 is because you Xyz, you Fusion, and you also Synchro. So you get 3 bounces every single turn. And he is a part of the V-Lock that I do, which will be in the combo video that I show you guys. For the side deck, I played the 3 Perulia. So unfortunately, these were supposed to be the new Perulia, but I had to submit my deck list before 10, and I wasn't gonna gamble if I was gonna pick them up at the event or not, so I just put in the Perulia just to play it safe. But these should have been the Meows, the new one. Triple Fuwalos. This one's a little spicy. I chose to play the Chaos Hunter The reason for that is this card is good going first and going second. And why is that? Is because when you draw this card and say you're playing against the Malice player, because that's what you're going to use it for, and they use their TB to summon out the one chick that banishes 3 from the grave, you can chain a special summon her, and now they don't get to do anything. So you can use it going second too. So even if you have it in your opening hand or you draw into it, it's still going to help you. And they're not going to cross out it. They're always planning on a Lancia, and a Lancia is only your opponent's turn. This one's during either player. Double encore. This was for Rizio, and in case I played the Pearly matchup.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's literally a double right there. Just in case there's a random Pearly player, I couldn't rule it out. I know someone was probably playing it. I didn't play it today, but I never cited it in, but it was there for that reason. Double Dark Ruler, Rogue decks, just other unbreakable boards, air quote, and the back row stuff. And then from there, it's probably gonna be a video cut, but I'm gonna do a random test hand. I'm gonna shuffle up, and I'm gonna show you guys how we do the whole combo.
Awesome, we'll get into that now. All right, you guys, you already know, me and Agent Persuasion, we're back here. We got the combo build with this madman over here. Got his deck. We're actually both gonna cut it just so you guys can see how crazy this actually is. You go ahead, you can cut it too, Johnny, if you want.
I got it.
Just so you guys know, it's not fabricated.
Yep,
It's
exactly.
been completely pile shuffled. The only brick hand I have had today during this whole YCS was I drew triple engraver. Every other hand I had, no matter what hand, it was complete gas.
He was able to play. So
But for the sake of the tutorial, we're going to pretend that there's no hand traps. But this deck can easily play through 3 to 4 as the man on the right here.
Yes.
Witnessed firsthand.
Yes, yes. We never forget our round 8.
So here's my 5, and we're just going to pretend I'm going first because you ideally want to go first.
No hand.
Look at that.
Oh,
It would not matter if they hand
Yes,
traps,
yeah.
but I'm going to play full reveal. So smoke signal. So right here, I like to grab Kageki because I don't like to waste a normal the special summon if I don't have to, because there are hard ones per turn to special summon. So if you don't have to special summon them, just don't. So that way, if you draw one later on, you can special summon if you need an extra body. So then you obviously use the dojo here, so you can start stacking the counters immediately. Kageki, activate effect, and it usually baits an imperm right there. And it usually does. Man on the right did imperm it, but it didn't matter. But it's a yes or no if you should imperm it or not. But we're just, again, we're pretending there's no hand trap. So special summon off Kageki, cool. Sync 6. Chain 1, chain 2.
It won't matter pretty soon.
I guess we do the counters just for now until we get to the infinite. And I'm not going to explain the infinite too much because there's several videos on that, and there's one on this channel as it is anyways, so.
2 blue, 1 red. That's what you need.
So you're
And a
gonna
Bushido
have
You players that signed up for April, time is April 2010, number 30.
And,
Please head to Meeting Point Blue, time is 2010, number 30.
if I could find the asceticism, I would love to. It's in
Signed up
there.
for tournament number 50. Please head to Meeting Point Red. Once again,
So you add these two.
number 50.
This is just one of the many options. There's obviously several different lines to do this, but I'm just doing it with a random hand. So you guys can see how I still get to that exact board that you guys might have been seeing on Reddit or Facebook. Special summon. Activate asceticism, target. Special Kageki.
Attention duelists. We need 4 more duelists for
Link summon.
4 more duelists.
Battle Shogun, chain 1, chain 2. Discard for cost. And this is in the graveyard. Again, we're not doing hand traps. So.
This is my son right here.
So we're going to get our gateway.
Yep.
And then we're going to add our 6 strike card. This gateway. And. Yeah.
It doesn't matter here in a second.
Yeah, it's not going to matter in a second, but it is what it is. And here's the doubles. So, right here, you could do it in a number of ways, but we're not playing with hand traps right now. So, I'm just going to use this. But typically, like I said in the profile, you want to hold on to this just in case they have a Nibiru. So that way you can still go full combo. But for this sake of tutorial, we're going to pretend that there's no hand traps. Actually, we don't do that first, I'm sorry. You search first, you don't activate that. Mizuho. Now you activate it because you can special summon from it. Special summon. This goes to 3, this goes to 2. And then he gets the 1. So already you see the infinite thing is about to start. So scratch 4. Now the placement is very important, so do note how I always summon the Liyn far off to the corner, away from where the Battle Shogun's pointing to. Summon, so that way he gets another counter because he's pointing to it, and then you get the 2 counters, you get the 2 here. Just search again, just scratch these 2. You get another blue. Just like that.
Just home like 1 or 2 of the dudes, and then we're gonna keep.
Yep.
You have Infinity.
And then so from right here, what you want to do, so you want to is set up exactly like this. You want Mizuho on one side and a Shania on the other side. So that way, when you activate Mizuho, you tribute for cost and you destroy herself. Activate Shania, add the Mizuho back. Special the Mizuho, you get a counter on here, and then you get the counters on here. You don't necessarily even need the dojo. You can do it with just the gateway and the Battle Shogun, but this just makes it more streamlined if you have the other one. If you have the other one, then it just makes it even easier to do. Then you add the other one from your hand, then infinite counters. So we're just gonna take the counters off, we have infinite counters. Awesome. So now from here, what I always do is I just start, I add every 6 samurai from my deck to my hand. And you'll see why in just a second. So every single name you have, just add it to your hand. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about going into like deck outs or anything because your opponent's not going to survive the first turn. So this is your whole hand now. Cool, awesome. So then we're going to activate Mizuho again, actually, and we're going to pop these 2, and then for the last time we're going to add the Mizuho. Then we're going to special summon. Then we special Kazan. Then we special the Grandmaster. 4 different names, we're going to link 4. We're going to make our Saryuja. 4 different names, so now we get to draw 4. Draw 4. Those are my 4 I drew. Then from here, you can really, I normally just put the Kazarus back and whatever I have multiples of, because you really don't have to search them back if you don't want to, but I basically just do that and I just keep whatever I drew. So those go to the bottom. And as you can see, I drew the Liyn, so I don't have to use the dojo later, but if you didn't draw him, the dojo is going to be able to summon him later anyways. So you do all that, now you're doing the Kizan shenanigans.
If you're ready to sign up for tournament number 52,
You don't have to go to the Garcia here, actually.
Please make your way to meeting point red once again.
Link 6, Singularity. Right there, add these 2 back.
Also,
Summon, link.
Number 44. Please make your way to meeting point blue once again.
Battle Shogun. You have the V link now.
Meeting point blue.
God, yes, the U link.
Yep.
That's a V. That's
It
not
is a
J.
V, yeah.
That is straight up a V. So do that. The card that's probably going to get banned soon.
4 more duelists for next Time Wizard 2010. 4 more duelists for next Time Wizard 2010.
Broken.
And then you add your Kizans back. Special your Kizan. You link these guys off. You make sequence because you have the 1 light right there. He was the 1 light that you needed. Summon sequence. Sequence effect. You have exactly 3. And this is I'm just gonna add that to my hand.
3 gateways.
So sequence, then you make your Desiree and you're gonna equip it immediately. Awesome. Now from here, what you can do, so remember I did not use my dark effect. So what I can do here, I'm pretty sure I still have a dude in here. So one of 2 ways. Realistically, I don't even feel like you have to at that point, but for sake of clarity, you really don't even have to, honestly. Like, you already got it at that point, but there's just no point. But so you see all that, you just summon the Shogun. I had the trap in my hand. Where'd it go? Nothing. I probably shuffled it back in the deck. I did have the trap in the hand, but
Yeah, you had the trap. It was definitely.
it was definitely in my hand. I don't know what happened to it. It was definitely in my hand. So then you just set this and then go from there.
Pretty unbreakable board.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the whole board. I slightly messed up what I should because I put back one of the wrong cards. So I should have put back a non-tuner in here so I could send it with the dojo because I wanted to make a second one of the Shien, but you honestly don't need to because this is more than enough to kill.
Yeah.
Or just lock them out of the game. Honestly, from here you could just summon a Grandmaster over right there if I could find him.
Oh, you put him back.
There you go. Then you just summon a Grandmaster just to have him there. But that's the board, and so why this is unbreakable. Your opponent activates Dark Ruler, you chain the trap. You chain Desiree. Negate the Dark Ruler. They can't activate anything else because you did not negate the activation. You only negated the effect. So now they cannot activate another spell or trap. And now they have to deal with Monster Negate. If they didn't have the Dark Ruler to begin with, then they still have to deal with this. Otherwise, if they did bait it, then they baited it, cool. But now they also have to deal with the triple compulse and their V-Link, so they can't even link summon. And they're also under an additional floodgate of the Dark Tuner. The Dark Tuner reduces all levels by 1 from the secret, and it does stack. So if you were to do it twice, they would be reduced by 2. So if you're playing against a Ryzio player, they summon their dude, say they summon X, and they try to use the effect to be like, you can't, you have a level 3 now. Because of this card.
Yeah.
So that's 2 floodgates, interaction.
Yeah.
Plus, these guys are infinite.
And these guys have infinite
Yes.
attack, so that is good call out. These guys have infinite attack because you have infinite Bushido counter, so it's not like they can crash over this either. If they try to crash into it, they're gonna die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that is essentially the combo. Even if they have a Lava Golem or a Raw Sphere mode here, they have to tribute one of these guys first. They have to, because they had to open up the link for themselves.
Yeah.
And then what 2 are you gonna choose from here? Like,
I don't know.
it's just like you can't really do anything here.
Yeah.
Like you had to choose that, and that's your normal summon. And then you have to deal with this afterwards, so it's the follow-up, and you have a full hand of 6 cards, so even if they somehow with some mysterious custom card broke your board, you could just kill them the next turn.
Yep.
But that is the combo line that I've been doing all day, consistently every hand, and as I've shown you guys, I did it with a random hand. I don't know how this got missing, I just shuffled it somehow at some point, but
It's okay. It's been a long 3 days.
yeah, it's been a long day. I've been a lot of duels, but most of my games today were straight up 2-0s for me, and I actually lost the majority of my die rolls. I've been going second a lot, and basically what I've just been doing is just outing their board and making infinite counters and just swinging with Battle Chicken for game, because he has infinite attack.
It's crazy.
But that's about it. So unless you guys have any questions for me on other choices,
No, this was awesome. Again, one of the best opponents I've had in my 20 plus years of playing, one of the craziest decks I got to play against, and I'm sad you didn't make the top go, but super happy you still had a great time playing the deck, and it was awesome to see some really crazy innovation in this game. So
Yeah,
congratulations on still a solid performance, and you'll definitely get it next time. And thank you for the video.
yep, you guys are very welcome.
Go Sam.
Attention.